Hey guys, welcome. In this video, we're gonna test out the respawn distance for each tier of the medbed. But before we start, there are two things I want to add. First is that in my previous video, I missed the medical bed on the Carrack. So this is the medical bay on the Carrack. Let's take a look. And we have two small beds lie down. I don't think these are the medical beds. There's no console, nothing. Can we? Yes, we can log out on this bed. So these are just regular beds. These are not medical beds. Okay, so the only medical bed is in here, which is, I believe, is a tier 2 bed. Yes, tier 2. 400 units of medjals for this tier 2 bed. So basically, the Envo Carrack has only one tier 2 bed, and that's exactly the same with the medical terrapin. You also have a personal storage on the side of the wall, 800K micro SCU. Next thing is regarding the med beds on the Apollo. So on this section right here, we have tier 3 beds, and you can insert the medjals on the wall for each of these tier 3 beds. Now, on this section, we have tier 2 beds. Tier 2 beds, you also have these medjals you can insert on the wall. One is right here, and the other one is right here. But we have a problem. The problem I'm having is regarding the tier 1 bed module on the Apollo. I just couldn't figure out where to insert the medjal. So I don't see anything on the wall. I think it's somewhere on the medbed because we have some things right here. Perhaps it's this one here, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer my imprint. We have to test this out. Figure out where we insert the medjal. Backspace once. Okay, back on the ship. And now we have, oh, it's right here. Yes. So medjal canister required. So once the medjal is consumed, this thing will just open on its own. Okay, hold one medjal. Can I insert? Yes, insert medjals right here. Okay, figure it out. Problem solved. Now is a time to test the respawn distance for each of the medbeds. So according to the latest patch note, tier 3 beds respawn range is only 50 kilometers. Tier 2 respawn range is 8,000 kilometers. And Tier 1 respawn range is dramatically increased to 750 million kilometers. First, we are going to test the Tier 3 beds first on the Apollo. I'm gonna be using this bed, setting my regeneration here. Now I'm going to fly away. First test is going to be within 50 kilometers. So that's 45 kilometers. So let's just do the test right here. 45 kilometers, maybe a little bit more to 47. Okay. Here, I'm going to backspace and backspace. Yes, Apollo triage. So that's within 50 kilometers for tier 3 bed. All right, successfully respawned on this bed. And check, now we have a 100 out of 200 medjals, so I can respawn only once. All right, let's go. I'm gonna pass 50 kilometers, just a little bit more. Let's say 53 kilometers. Yep, right here. Perfect. Now, let's respawn. Backspace. Oh, there we go. I am not back on the ship anymore. Spawn me back to Lorville. Next one will be the distance for the tier 2 medbeds. So I'm gonna set my regeneration in this bed. Now I'm going to fly away with the 100i, but let's check the range first. So the Tier 2 bad's respawn range is 8,000 kilometers, which can be converted to 8 millimeters, which is 8 megameters. So if I target this place right here, now the location on the other side of the moon is only less than 1,000 kilometers. So less than 1 megameters. So this spawn range definitely covers the entire moon or entire planet. If we are jumping to the mining base here, and that's 10.97 megameters, that is too far. Now let's go test this. I'm gonna jump to this mining base. 7.5 megameters. Okay, so this is a good distance. That's within 8 megameters. I'm going to backspace here. Very nice. Spawned on the Apollo. And it consumed 100 out of 400 megajoules. Okay, next test. I'm gonna fly above 8 megameters. Okay, arriving at the mining base. The mining base is about 10 megameters away. So I'm gonna backspace right here. And back to the hospital on Lorville. It says preferred ICU out of range. So the Tier 2 bad's respawn range also holds consistently. Next, we're gonna test the range for the Tier 1 bad. Okay, set my spawn. The Tier 1 bad respawn range is 750 million kilometers, which converted is 750 gigameters. So check the map. I am on Herson. If I'm going to jump to ArcCorp, that's only 20 gigameters. And if I'm jumping to Magnus Gateway, this is the furthest in the system. And that is 81 gigameters. So if let's check this again. So Tier 1 bad, 750 million kilometers. And that's 750 gigameters. If there is no typo, nothing wrong with this, then Tier 1 beds includes everywhere in the known universe in Star Citizen. And even in the Pyro system. Across the entire Pyro is a little bit over 100 gigameters. So that 750 gigameter range, basically you can call it everywhere and anywhere. That's it. So I'm gonna jump to Magnus Gateway and then backspace. Let's confirm this. So that's 81 gigameters. All right, arriving Magnus Gateway, over 81 gigameters away. Backspace right here. Oh, what? Preferred ICU out of range. And indeed, I spawned back on Lorville instead of the ship. So I think maybe the Tier 1 bed right here is a typo. What it means is 75 million kilometers, which the range is 75 gigameters. That's just my guess, so we need to test that. Okay, just gonna double check if my spawn is still on the ship. Yep, my spawn is still set on this Apollo, on this particular bed, Tier 1 bed. So we're gonna go test this again. And this time I'm gonna fly within 75 gigameters. So let's go.
Thank you, and please visit again.
All right, stopping at 74 gigameters. And let's see, that's 73.9 gigameters. Okay, let's backspace. That's within 75 gigameters. Backspaced. What? I'm still going back to Maria Pure of Heart. So the distance for Tier 1 bed is not correct. Let's test it one more time. So spawn is still on the Tier 1 bed. Flying away. This time I'm going to jump a lot closer. Let's say jump to Crusader, which is 31 gigameters away. Arriving Crusader. It's 31 gigameters. Backspace here. I am back to Maria Pure Heart again. Wow. So the tier 1 bed has some problems. I think it might be a bug or somehow it's not working right now. It's not the distance the patch note says.